Imagine sitting on a pile of untapped power, generations of wealth built by relentless grit, sweat, and vision. Yet that wealth feels like a weight, a chain that holds more than it frees. It's frustrating, almost unbearable. You see the money, the legacy, the influence, but the world keeps spinning faster. The old ways don't cut it anymore. The challenges are different now. Innovation demands speed, daring, connection, and most of all, impact. The problem? Legacy fortunes risk becoming monuments to the past instead of engines for the future. They stay stuck, spinning in their own orbit, divorced from the raw, rebellious energy that drives startups, that changes markets and lives overnight. It's like watching a flame struggling to ignite because the wood isn't right, or the air is stale. That feeling inside, the one that says this can't last, that the true power of family wealth should be more than just preservation or cautious investing. It's true. Something radical must happen. The old school formulas, the static portfolios, they no longer serve the ambition locked within these legacies. Beneath those balance sheets and legal structures, there's a hunger, a craving for reinvention, impact, meaning. But the system offers no path, no blueprint. Family offices often become bureaucracies, not ecosystems. Guarded, careful, overly controlled, stuck in yesterday's mindset. Meanwhile, founders out there, hungry, raw, wild, are ready to build the next unicorns, the next breakthroughs that bend reality itself. What if legacy wealth could become their rocket fuel? This isn't a pipe dream or a feel-good idea. It's already happening. Quietly, intensely, underground. There's a seismic shift where legacy fortunes are shifting from preservation machines toward becoming startup catalysts, the hidden energy behind the next wave of innovation. Why? Because they recognize what most don't. Real transformation happens at the edges, at the fringe, the edge runners, the outlaws of convention, where founders dare to burn bright and risk everything, where failure is just a bruise on the path to brilliance. The very thing legacy capital feared, risk, is now the secret ingredient for real growth. Feel the pulse of this shift. Legacy money is waking up to the fact that safeguarding wealth means unleashing it, injecting it directly into the veins of startups that refuse to play by the rules, that want to redefine what's possible. These family offices are turning from armories into launchpads. They're learning how to move fast, how to bet boldly, how to create synergies between generations of wisdom and the raw, disruptive energy of entrepreneurs building the future. It's messy, it's risky, and it's exhilarating. It's the only way to make a fortune truly timeless. At the heart of that transformation lies one brutal truth. To transform wealth into a startup catalyst, the gatekeepers, those who control the purse strings, must transcend fear. The fear of loss, of the unknown, of breaking systems that seemed so permanent. It's a primal fear and understandable, but lethal if left unchallenged. If legacy capital stays locked inside steel vaults, serving comfort and conformity, it dies a slow death, irrelevant in a world boiling over with change. But if it bursts open and embraces the chaos of startup life, it can become unstoppable. Think about it. Resources not bound by traditional constraints, wielded by the fearless. A storm of capital and creativity that will reshape industries, redefine economies, and build legacies no spreadsheet can capture. For those wielding the reins of enormous family wealth, the question becomes not how to protect, but how to activate. Because activation means more than just writing checks. It means becoming a partner in the rebellion. To back visionaries who mock the status quo, who break rules to make new ones. To invest with patience, seeing beyond quarterly reports or quick exits. It means cultivating relationships that are fiercely selective, connecting with founders who burn as fiercely as you do, who will carry the torch with the same level of drive and transformation. It's about building networks of trust and intent, places where misaligned brilliance meets precise alignment, and where uncommon people can forge uncommon outcomes. And this isn't about chasing trends or following the herd. Legacy fortunes must learn to be critical, vetting opportunity with sharpened instinct, not just data. Question everything. Does this investment unleash new power? Does it challenge the comfortable narrative? Does it align with a deeper vision for the future? It's brutal work, but it's necessary. Because the startup world is a jungle, and only those who respect its wildness can tame it. More capital doesn't equal success, but the right capital, moved with purpose and patience, can become the catalyst for unimaginable growth, for lasting disruption. This mindset shift is what separates those who merely maintain wealth from those who multiply its impact for generations. It's a rebellion against mere compliance, against playing safe, against living a borrowed life of inherited structures and tired traditions. It's a declaration that being exceptional means embracing uncertainty and becoming sovereign, your own master, wielding influence with conviction. This is not about fitting into the system. It is about redefining the system. It's brutal, it's lonely at the top, but deeply liberating. Because in that liberation, true power bursts forth, the power to redefine reality itself. Imagine family offices that become autonomous networks, strong, connected hubs of rare individuals, each with unique genius, but united in fierce mission. Imagine the misaligned brilliance of old fortunes finally finding the right links, the right collaborators, the right startups to fuel. Imagine capital flowing not just for financial return, but for radical creation, for reshaping humanity's future. It's a world where difference is honored, where contrast creates strength, where the few become the spark that frees the many. This isn't hypothetical. It's happening now, beneath the radar. Founders and investors hungry for transformation are already breaking the mold, stepping out of comfort, and refusing to settle for anything less than the extraordinary. They know that sitting on legacy wealth like it's a trophy is the slow death of potential, while activation is the spark of immortality. Because wealth, like power, only matters when it moves, when it breaks free of chains and fuels something larger than itself. For those watching this, know this. The system hasn't built a path for the exceptional. It has no infrastructure for the rare, the visionary, the revolutionary. So the few who see this must build that infrastructure themselves. Build networks where courage is currency, patience is power, and transformation is the only outcome. This is not about changing the world. It's about unleashing those who will. The leaders, the founders, the investors, ready to burn the old maps and redraw the future. If this feels like a rebellion echoing inside you, a fire that won't be dimmed by convention or compliance, then recognize this moment as the call to arms. The call to become sovereign architects of wealth, fearless in pursuit of the new, aligned with the few who dare to dream beyond reality, patient enough to play the long game that eternity favors. The world begs for it, the future demands it, and legacy fortunes hold the key. To those who choose to rise, the story isn't about safe stewardship anymore. It's about reckless love for freedom and transformation, about being the unseen force, the secret engine powering startups that will build tomorrow's empires, about connection so fierce and precise that misalignment is impossible, replaced by synergy that redefines what wealth can do, about taking the fire born from generations past and throwing it into the furnace of innovation and radical creation. This is how legacy fortunes become startup catalysts. Not by chance or easy formulas, but through a conscious, relentless decision to reject backward-looking comfort and embrace an unpredictable future with open arms. To break free of the cage of expectation and become the catalyst for change, not just in markets, but in the fabric of reality itself. And once that flame catches, once that decision is made, nothing is ever the same again. This is the revolution of wealth, the revolution of becoming. No more passengers in a dream, no more shadows of old empires. Instead, architects of the new world, fueled by the fire of legacy, relentless in pursuit of freedom and transformation. Because real legacy is not about what's left behind. It's about what's unleashed. Hold on to that thought. Let it burn. And get ready, because the future belongs to those who activate, to those who dare to be catalysts, To those who understand that the true power of legacy is not preservation, it's the rebellion of transformation.